of the goal with makeup wasn't to change your face, but to honor what God already created. Guys, my name is Rachel. Here on my channel, I share simple makeup routines, faith-filled encouragement to help you grow in confidence, grow in your faith, and really become the woman that God created you to be. This style of makeup reminds me that I don't have to strive to look like someone else. I can show up, take care of my body, and still honor God with how I present myself. So today I'm going to be doing the Nina Park makeup look. I've been wanting to do the Nina Park makeup look for a video for a long time, and I'm finally getting around to doing it. So let's get into it. So she heavily relies on skincare for prepping the face. So I'm going to put up some of the pictures that I've seen that are amazing. I love these, like this one on this makeup look on Sadie Sink is probably one of my favorites, and also this one on Emma Stone. So I used to think that primer was like the most important step to prep your skin. I mean, you can use primers, but I would use them more for like a special occasion or evening makeup look. Like if my makeup didn't look good, I just needed a bit of primer. That's my thought. That was my thought. But then I realized primer doesn't actually fix your skin. It can smooth things a little, but if your skin is dry, textured, or not prepared, your makeup is still going to sit on top of the primer. So it's not really fixing the problem. It's just kind of covering it. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to use is the medicube zero pore pads to prep the skin. This is like kind of like a toning pad or a toner pad, and it comes with this little spatula thing, which I think is so cool. Oh, and there's two sides to this. There's like this exfoliating side, and then the other side. Oh wait, this is the exfoliating side, and then this is the smooth side. I'm just going to apply this to the face. I also like to get the jawline as well. Alright, next I'm going to take this Prequel Multi-Quench Hydrating. I want my face to really be hydrated for when I prep the skin. Love that she also does minimal products. Uses minimal products. I've been really kind of liking this, and I actually, ever since I saw the makeup looks, I've been really kind of doing it every day. That's my new everyday makeup look. Next, I'm going to take the Ravie Beauty Lip Renewal Treatment Oil just to hydrate the lips before we apply our lip combo. And then I'm going to go in with, forget sunscreen. Then we're going to go in with the Ravie Beauty Signature Skin Dream Barrier Cream. This moisturizer is perfect for skin prep. I love this moisturizer. Alright, now for sunscreen. I'm going to take a newer sunscreen to me, and I've been really liking it. The only thing I would say about this specific sunscreen, I thought that it smelled like nacho cheese. It's fine. I mean, I can get around the smell, but otherwise for the smell, I do really like this sunscreen. This is the Beauty of Josin Relief Sun Sunscreen in SPF. Today, I am actually going to do the eyes first. So I'm going to go to take the Ravie Beauty Easy Everyday Brow Pencil. Yeah, that's what it is. This is the new tube. I didn't want to use the new tube or the new pencil. I really want the brows to be very natural looking, but still filled in. What I actually like to do after I brush them up, I kind of just fill them in nicely or gently. And I focus on the front of the brow, kind of like a little bit more after filling. And then I brush them through, and I do the same thing to the other side. We'll do that quickly off camera. We're going to take the Nars Natural Matte Longwear Foundation. This is in the shade Mont Blanc. This is probably the one foundation that I actually don't really have to powder too much. And I'm going to take the Nikki Rose and BK Beauty, the N20 brush, to apply this. I've seen some of the videos of her doing makeup, of Nina Park doing makeup, and she uses her fingers sometimes to apply foundation. I'm like, I would use my fingers. I just prefer using a brush, but I'm using a nice soft veil of foundation on the skin. All right, now I'm going to go into my concealer. I'm going to use the Caliray Hideaway Under Eye Brightening Concealer, is it? No, Under Eye Color. This is in the shade Sunlight. I'm going to take it on the Nikki Rose and BK Beauty, the N20S brush. I don't really want to highlight too much. I just want to conceal. Just a natural look. for a natural look. And what I'm also going to do, I'm going to spot conceal just a little bit. All right, next let's go into blush. I'm actually going to use a powder bronzer rather than a cream blush. I mean a cream bronzer. I just want to see how that looks. But I do either one sometimes. So I'm going to take the Rare Beauty Matte Bouncy Blush in the shade Hope. I have 2 of them. I don't know which one to use actually. So I'm going to use the shade Worth from the same cream blushes. I'm going to go back to the Nuclear Rose and BK Beauty, the N20 brush. I'm just going to place it kind of right in this area. It looks like it's not really on the apple. It's more of like in the lifted part of the cheek. And I'm not going to swipe. I'm just going to tap. Right now we can go into powder. Well, another thing that she doesn't use a lot of powder, but since I have oily skin, I'm only going to use a really small amount of powder in the T-zone. I'm going to use the Makeup by Mario Soil Skin Soft Blur Setting Powder in Neutral Light, and only in the T-zone with the Nuclear Rose and BK Beauty, the N14 brush. And this is only going in the T-zone. Now let's go into powder blush. I'm going to take the Ravie Beauty Endless Diffusion Everyday Baked Blush in the shade Daydream with the Ravie Beauty Blush Brush. I'm going to take the Dior Forever Nude Matte Bronzer in the shade Light, Too Light. And I'm just going to warm up the complexion with this bronzer. See, I like the way that this looks better, especially for an everyday look. A powder bronzer. I'm also gonna go on the nose. All right, now let's move on to the eyes. This is probably my favorite part of the entire makeup look. It's just the way that she does eyes and the complexion. The entire makeup look is just too good. So what I'm going to do to prep the lids, I'm actually going to take what's ever left on my concealer brush that we used and just lightly dust it, or lightly apply it to the lids just to prep the eyes for eyeshadow. All right, and I'm going to take the brush from BK Beauty and Angie Hot and Flashy, the A502 brush. I'm first going to apply this to the crease, just to get a nice soft wash of color in the crease first. All right, let's see. Right, then in the Makeup by Mario Original Ethereal Eyes, I'm going to take the lightest shade and apply that to the lid. Actually, I'm going to darken up the crease just a little bit, so I'm going to take this shade in the palette as well, just to darken it up slightly. Not too much, but just a little bit. Right now, I'm going to take the Makeup by Mario Master Pigment Pro Pencil in the shade Black. Oh, Super Black. So first, I'm going to kind of place the eyeliner kind of right where the bottom and the top lash line meet, and just kind of almost create a dot right there. And then I'm going to take probably the tiniest brush that I have. This is the BK Beauty 208 brush. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of create and smudge out the liner with that brush. And I think in the picture, it doesn't go, it's not across the entire lash line, just maybe a third of the way in. So what you can do after you create the wing, I'm going to take the pencil with the brush and just kind of coat the brush like this, and then just apply a very thin amount of eyeliner like that. Then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go back to the Makeup by Mario palette. I'm going to use a pencil brush. I'm going to use the N20 brush. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go right above that. It's okay if it goes right on top of it. You can clean that up later. And then I'm just going to take a bigger brush. This is the Nuclear Rose and BK Beauty, the N22 brush, just to blend that. And we can go in and reinforce the black if it disappeared. All right, I'm going to do the same thing to the other eye and apply mascara, and then I'll be right back. All right, so I just applied my mascara. I am going to be doing a review on the mascara that I applied, so that's why I didn't film it. So keep a lookout for that video. And I did do a little short of me applying that mascara, so you can go check that out as well. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my bronzer that I used, and I'm just going to apply the lip balm on the lips. And this is probably, for me, this was the trickiest part of how to do the lips, but I kind of do my lips as my interpretation of the Nina Park makeup look. Contouring the lips, this is the Ravie Beauty Soft Definition Longwear Lip Liner in the shade Almond. This is actually a new pencil, and it's just so nice. As I go, as I fill it in, I like to blend the lip line as well. I kind of do it in sections, blending it in sections. All right, now we can move on. Lipstick. I'm gonna take probably one of my favorite shades, and I cannot believe I have only now just bought this lipstick. This is a MAC lipstick, and it's amazing. I love MAC lipsticks now. This is the Powder Kiss matte lipstick in the shade Teddy 2.0. I'm gonna take a brush with it. I'm gonna use the Nikki Rose and BK Beauty N23 brush, and I'm just going to pat this onto the lips to get that like blurred effect. And I also am using a very small amount. Ugh, this lipstick is just so good. All right, I don't know, I didn't see if she used a setting spray, but I am going to use a setting spray. I'm gonna take the One Size Until Dawn mattifying waterproof setting spray, or mattifying sunscreen makeup spray. I do kind of like, this makeup look is absolutely my favorite one out of the ones I do. I kind of, for an everyday look, I kind of switch it up. I do different variations of the look. And I just really love this one. So I hope you all enjoyed today's video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!